House, and I'm here with
Andrea Posner-Sanchez, also from Random House.
and we're here to talk about Little Golden Books, which is one of the things that makes us very, very happy about our jobs. So I'll just give you a little history about Little Golden Books, and then we'll talk about some of the new books that are going to be coming out. So Little Golden Books started in 1942. 12 of them came out in 1 year. It was really exciting because it was making picture books accessible to all kids because they were very inexpensive. Actually, Andrea, do you know how much they were when they came out? 15 cents. It was something.
15 cents, yes.
Yeah. It was something very small. What I love is that you could find them in grocery stores then, and even today, when you go into a grocery store, you get to see a lot of Little Golden Books in a spinner rack. I definitely have some old favorites. When I was a little girl, I loved The Color Kittens by Margaret Wise Brown. And even when I interviewed for a job at Random House, the woman I was interviewing with, we basically recited The Color Kittens to each other. You know, oh brush, oh hush, you know. Anyway, so that one is especially has a lot of meaning for me. Do you have an old favorite?
I love two old favorites that I remember from when I was little. I love Polite Elephant, one of Richard Scarry's ones, because no one likes a rude elephant. So I've always appreciated Polite Elephant, and the monster at the end of this book, which is still just it was just a breakthrough book, and it was so unique, and it still feels that way today.
That was one of my favorites also. And I always feel like that must have inspired everybody from John Cheska, really to Mo Willems. You know, it was like the first really interactive book.
Absolutely. It's a great one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I also loved Mr. Dog. And one of the things I thought was so funny about it was he was Crispin's Crispian, the dog who belonged to himself. And I was like, how does he belong to himself? And why does he have two different names? And that's just so sort of Margaret Wise Brown. And I love that, like just sort of like really, really whimsical that way. And I was also a big fan of the Pokey Little Puppy because somehow I don't think I was such a naughty child, but I felt like I was. So I always felt like I was like the Pokey Little Puppy, you know, always getting a little bit in trouble, not too much.
Always going under the fence. You shouldn't be
always going under the fence because you just can't help yourself because the world is so big and wide and wonderful and you never know what you're going to find and you're willing to miss dessert. Actually, he didn't miss dessert until the end. Yes, he took dessert anyway. He got to be curious and get dessert. Anyway, so those are some of our favorites from the past. But Andrea, I know we're doing a lot of new things. And do you want to talk a little bit about those? We have both licensed and we also have meaning books that are from TV shows and movies. We have some Disney, some of the new Disney ones.
I could say we do about 55 to 60 Little Golden Books a year, 20 non-licensed, the rest licensed, as Mallory said, tying into all the hot properties and movies. I know the recent exciting big sellers and licensed have been Disney's Haunted Mansion and Disney's Nightmare on Christmas and all the Star Wars Little Golden Books, especially the ones tied into The Mandalorian, have been doing very well. And then on the non-licensed side, we've been having a lot of fun doing biographies, and we've been getting great reactions to Dolly Parton and Betty White, who unfortunately didn't make it to her 100th birthday. We were ready to celebrate with her. And we have a lot of fun subjects coming up in that as well. And in the license side, they're doing American Girl Little Golden Books and Lego. And Dungeons and Dragons is coming soon.
I know, I can't wait for any of those. I would say we have a great time brainstorming a lot of these titles, the biographies. A few years ago, we did a lot of I ams. I wrote, I am a unicorn. I'm a mermaid. So a lot of magical creatures illustrated by Joey Chu, and I do love those. And I love how it's sort of like we did a whole bunch of these very fantastical things, and then we're swinging into this sort of like like a golden age of very young biographies, which is so great for, it's so great for kids to just sort of like get those names
Mhm.
and just a little bit about their lives and a little bit about why they're famous. I mean, it is one of the things that I love about these little golden book biographies is like, it's just the right bit of information for a young child.
And the adult reading to the young child will get a lot out of them as well. You learn things you didn't know already about some of your favorite people. And so it's for fans of all ages, really, and new fans to come, and the children that are being read to. So that is exciting.
Yeah,
And
I was going to say some of that's the collectability. Like, I love how collectible little golden books are. There are people who just buy every single one as they come out. Actually, I was going to say the bio I think is beautiful is the Frida Kahlo.
yes,
That is it's just the cover is stunning. The colors are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we can show you a cover of that. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful. And you mentioned your I Am books. I wanted to say that one of my new favorites that we've done recently is actually I Am a Reindeer. Because first of all, I mean, Joey Chu's reindeer is one of the cutest things ever. But I love that this can be seasonal, it could be year round. It has great information, yet it's fun and accessible, just minimal text, but there's so much to it. It's one of my favorite new books that we've published lately.
I was to say, you were a great editor. And that was one that I really, because you sort of pushed some of the research, I learned stuff about reindeer that I had no idea. And then I had other projects I was working on, and I was like, we really should do something about a reindeer because they're so amazing and unusual. So it is totally true that from these like little teeny tiny books, you can get so much in there for just a great price and a great read. And they have those wonderful golden spines. So what, you can't beat them. Can't beat them with a stick, as they say. So we also have Spanish language. Speaking of Frida Kahlo, I know that's one that we're putting into Spanish. And I know we've been putting more and more into Spanish in the last few years. And we see that as a really just a great opportunity to put these books into the hands of more kids.
Yes, and the Frida one, in the past, the Spanish editions have come on later lists than the English editions, but Frida, we published the Spanish and the English at the same time. We're going to be doing the same thing, coming up with the biography of Sonia Sotomayor. So we're excited about that. The Spanish editions are good. We did a Spanish version of your I'm a Unicorn.
Soy un unicornio.
Yes.
I believe.
Yes.
I feel like I should say that with a little more gusto. I'll practice it for the next time. Let's see. Is there anything else we want to talk about? Well, I guess we'd love to hear from any fans of Little Golden Books, any book ideas. People do email us and have thoughts, and we take everybody's passions and interests into consideration. Andrea takes them all in and figures out what to do with them. We have this massive running list of titles. How far into the future are you planned?
Almost spring 2025. I already have some books on the list for spring 2025. So a lot of biographies. Sometimes I do like to time a biography around a birthday of the person. But sometimes it's just this person is hot, this person is exciting, let's do them right now. Same with, we also do a lot of nonfiction. My Little Golden Book about sharks is one of our biggest sellers. My Little Golden Book about dinosaurs, about the first moon landing. We've done a lot of great topics, and we're continuing with those. Next week, My Little Golden Book about construction vehicles is coming out, and kids love construction sites and construction vehicles. So we have a lot of great topics that I think will really resonate with kids, and we're continuing to do more of those. So if you have any ideas for those, send them my way.
I was going to say, in the biographies, we have just started pulling out what we're calling pop people. So people who are very much in sort of pop culture, sort of in the conversation right now. So that was an exciting thing to do, because that is also like, while these are for kids, that's making sure all the grownups who are fans of both Little Golden Books and of favorite actors and musicians will be able to find a little golden book.
Yes, we have something for everybody.
That's our goal, something for everybody. Whether it's old or whether it's new, there is definitely something for everybody. So I guess on that note, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much for listening to this. And Andrea, thank you so much for talking with me.
Well, thank you, Mallory, and thank you to all the librarians out there who are sharing our books with you.